friends, it is Anne with Whimsically United coming to you on a Tuesday afternoon. This is totally not my normal time, but we were watching Bristol yesterday and we had a fun time with her, and I didn't know when my son would get home from work, so I said I postpone it to today. I am waiting on my Facebook to load and it is not pulling up, which means I cannot see what you see, so I don't know if the camera angle is good. Let me just give it a second here. Okay, here we are. Whew. Well, it's still loading. Alright, we are just gonna get started. Hopefully you guys are able to see. We are using a 16-inch round, and we will use 3 different stains to start with, and I am hoping that you guys can see. Like I said, I cannot tell where the camera is because I do have it backwards. I'm still waiting for it to load. We just had a rain shower, semi-thunderstorm. Oh, I can see us. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we are. And this will be a customer requested piece. She had told me what she wanted, and I sent her a couple of screenshots of some things, and then she sent me back a screenshot of what she was looking for, and I hope that I will do her vision justice. Nope, I'll pull my ring up. So you guys can see good. Sorry for the shadow, but this is just all the angle, the light, everything is just weird. We will start with Wild Honey from Minwax. That's a solid, and I don't know what color this is. This was a mist tint, or somebody didn't like the color, so I have no idea what color this is. They didn't mark it. It doesn't say. And then we will use dark walnut. Both of the other colors are semi-transparent. This is the only solid one, and I use both interchangeably because sometimes I like to see the grain, sometimes I don't want to see as much of the grain, so I use these interchangeably. And look at how pretty that yellow is. And I got me a new stain sponge. Little critter, get off of here. Don't know what you are. Go away. I'm like a little bug. Little bug. And I cannot see comments. That's great. It will all be okay. I'm just going to start in the middle. I'm just going to make a big round in the middle. Then we will add the kind of an orangey color to it. It's like a brown, and I might add a little bit of the Fiesta orange in it. And we will work this back and forth a little bit until, and I've got white out as well, until I got it the right consistency, the way I think I want it. This is like a brownish color, tan, orange. I'm not quite sure what to call this. And it's gonna go on the outside. We're just creating a fun background. Like I said, this one is a semi-transparent, and then on the outside will be the dark walnut. I am just eyeballing the roundness. Once we have everything in the way we want it, we can adjust that out more. And of course, if we want to blend, we need a spritzer of water. I tend to spritzer maybe a little bit too much. Let's see, we are just blending this in. And then we'll go back to our tanny color. Not quite sure what to call this color. Like a beigey. Beigey. A beigey color. I don't know what this color is. Earth tone. Don't know why I put the cat back on here. And I normally go in somewhat of a circular motion. I know I'm taking it pretty far out to the outside. But like I said, we will come in with that other color, which I'm getting ready to introduce. And that way we can kind of see, this is what we have now. It does not look as bright as it does in the camera. This is a beautiful walnut color. I am going to use the opposite of the yellow for the walnut. I'm trying to find a spot to sit that. We will probably do a Christmas on the other side. Right now, I am just trying to get that brown, that dark walnut on here. And we are trusting the process. I'm going to spritz it so I can bring that in a little bit. And then we are going to take that other color and use that to put more on here. I just wanted a good base for the outside. And I'm happy with the way this looks. going to switch back to this one. Blend it in just a little bit. Get a little bit more of the brown. Just keep going back and forth, blending it in. And remember, this is just the background. We will add more to this. I'm going to turn it so that I can see the other side a little bit better. I'm going to have to lift it up for just a second to see. I need a little bit more of that orange color here. I'm looking in the camera to see where I need to move this around. Let me look when I get this done. I think I'm pretty good on the roundness of our circle. I think I'm going to add a little bit of the Fiesta orange to it. So I'm going to put that lid on here for right this minute. And that Fiesta orange is bright. It is a very, very bright orange. I think I'm going to add just a smidge in there to brighten that little orange circle up. Look at how bright that is. And I'm going to use that same sponge. I'm just going to use the other end of it. And I don't need this much, so where my coffee filters go, don't know. I just dabbed it off. Oh yeah, this is looking good. This will be perfect. Just to add that extra little bit of orange in here. I just even went to my offload spot to grab that orange out. I will check comments here in just a second, so bear with me, because I can't see comments. I'm feeling like I need a little bit of moisture here. And then I'm going to have to look in my camera to see I'm getting my yellow back out. And I am not measuring to see if this is completely circular. I am just eyeballing it. Pick it up for just a second to see. I don't want it too lopsided. I think that's pretty good. I am going to add a little bit more of the brown in on the outside edge. Blending it all out. I hope you guys like this. It's just something different. Doing circles instead of dividing it in half, or well, thirds. Just a little different take on it. Spot right here, and I think we're good. What do you guys think? I have to sit it up for a minute. I think that's pretty good. I might add a little bit of white in the middle to lighten it up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to put these up real quick. And again, we used Fiesta Orange. That light brown, I don't know what color that is. It could be pumpkin. I am not sure because that was a pre-tinted one I bought on sale. When I bought it way back when, it was $7. And I'm like, for $7, I am going to get that. Because I like the color. I thought it was a very nice pumpkin kind of color. The only thing is I didn't know what color it was, what the name of it was. And my white is my white is a solid. My white is very But the way you could fix that is you can just use a little bit of water, and I don't need much white, so I'm just getting a little bit out. I'm putting it on here. I'm going to use that same sponge that I had the yellow on. I'm going to tap it out on my plate. And then I'm going to take my spritzer. Just spritz a little bit of water on there. And then I'm just going to make my inner circle a little bit lighter. I just didn't like how dark that circle looked, so I just wanted to lighten it up. And that's how you lighten things up. And I just keep going back to the plate and getting a little bit more of the white. We'll just blend it out. And again, moisture is the key, whether you create moisture with using paint or a little bit of water. And since these are Minwax water-based stains, that is just the perfect way to blend these in. And I think that is good. I'm going to leave it for right now, and then I'll check. And if it is a little bit off-centered, I'm okay with that, because it just gives it character and it will help things blend together. Sorry for the noise, but I'm that's white. I'm going to have to get a hammer and hammer that one back down. Now we got to make sure we dry it really good, because the moisture in the wood, we'll make sure that that is really good. Okay, I don't see any comments. If you are commenting, I apologize. I cannot see them on my iPad, and I've got my phone turned around the other way, so I don't see any comments. We will use two different stencils from Essential Stencil. One of them is the Welcome out of the B stencil set. We will use the Welcome out of the Welcome to Our Hive stencil set, and we're just using the word welcome. This is an older stencil, and the other one we will just use the sunflower part out of the Hello Sunshine stencil. I just wanted to dig out some of the older stencils. Let's dry this real quick. I've got to remember to tap this one down some more. For our sunflowers, I am going to use Sunset Gold. And possibly add a little bit of spiced pumpkin. And a little bit of deep burgundy to create some depth. Forest green, all of these are from Deco Art for the leaves, and Hauser dark green for our pumpkin leaves. The yellow, I might switch to the Country Chic mustard, fresh mustard, and then the words are going to be in black, and I'm going to use Country Chic. I think this is called licorice. Yep, licorice. if you dry your board and it still feels tacky, it is not completely dry. But I am going to go ahead and just sand this. This is my 80 grit sandpaper. And then we're going to use the 120 here in just a moment. Clean that off, because anytime you use paints, water, stain on your board, it will bring out the grain. So you will have to sand it a little bit to make it smooth again. So what you guys think about the, I can even bring my, you know, this kind of reminds me of the 70s colors. All right, that is good. I am going to use my 120 grit sandpaper real quick. I bought these sponges from Amazon, if anybody is interested. And that is all around. And I am going to look and see. I think I am going to use it this way. I'm just looking to see which way I want to position it. I don't know, I think I liked it this way better. I think it has imperfections in it, or not imperfections, but you can see part of the wood grain, and I really like that. It's just one of my favorite things. I already taped this off to where I will not tape over anything. And the nice thing is it's a 16-inch round. This is a 16-inch stencil, so I could lay it from side to side and know that that is correct. If you ever try to figure out which way your stencil goes, look at your picture on here, and you will see that the two bigger flowers are on the left, the little one is on the right, reverse. The little one's on the right and the bigger one's on the left. So I know that this is the wrong way. It needs to lay this way. Make sure I've got it right. Yep. And before I tape my word down, I am going to lay this on here to see how far down I need to come with my words. There is the bottom of my leaf, and I'm pushing it about as far up as I can. And again, this one is a 16-inch as well, so I know it'll go from side to side. Okay, there it just barely touches the L, so I'm going to scoot this down a little bit more. Easier said than done. There we go. Like that. Now I'm going to test the other side and make sure that I have enough room. Okay, I am going to pull it up a little bit. I'm okay with it covering a little bit on the top, but I don't want to cover too much on the bottom. So this I am going to push all the way to the edge. No, it's getting stuck on the, there we go. This is all the way to the bottom. And I can always turn it a little bit, because there is no rules that it has to be completely straight. Yep, I think that'll be good. It'll come over the L a little bit, but that is okay. We are going to check this one more time. It's hard to see. Let me stand up for a minute to see the end right here. Okay, I can come down a little bit more. Those little things in life. I think I'm just going to tilt that a little bit. Okay, I am good with my placement of the welcome, because I can always tilt the rest a little bit around it. Get some tape out. So sorry I cannot see comments. Maybe Facebook didn't push it out that I was going on today, but that's okay. Let's see. I normally don't use the 3/4 inch brushes, but today, since this is a big surface, I am going to use the 3/4 inch. I'll get me some coffee filters. This is way too much paint. So I'm working it into my brush. And that is much better. I am still going to offload one more time on my paper towel. Lightly gliding over the surface here. I will do 2 coats. And since I have taped it off, I don't have to worry about going over these lines. Because all I want to do is I just want to get the welcome. If you're ever not sure, if you have too much on there, start on the solid part of the stencil to get your, to see if your brush is loaded too much paint before you go to the open parts, because if you have too much on here, it is better to start on the solid part than to start on the other parts. See, I'll start on the outer edge and then I'll come in. And I'm just doing a light coat. By the time I get to the end here, that front part is dry. If not, you can hit it with a with your dryer, with your heat tool real quick. And then we can just go right back over and start at the beginning and add a second coat. It's always better to do 2 light coats than 1 big heavy coat and have it bleed, because we don't want it to bleed. And yes, you shouldn't be dipping your brush into your container. It will contaminate your paint. Don't do as I say, or as I do. Do as I say. I swirl mostly to the left, but it is better to swirl to both sides. That way you can get really good coverage. I go to my offload spot, pick up a little bit more paint. My board or my brush, one of the two, is soaking up this paint today. I wonder if it has anything to do with this hot weather we're having. If you want texture, you can stipple. It will give texture. I'm just tapping off over here on this piece, my paper towel. If you love bees, this is a really cool stencil. Welcome to our hive. I think that is really fun. I don't know why this thing is drinking up the paint today. And the reason why I'm using this paint, I don't have too many of these colors yet, but it has a top coat built in, so this is really good if you have it going outdoors on your door. It will help protect it. I think my problem was I was getting too much paint off. Sometimes that is my problem. I make it too dry. Gotta have a little bit of paint on your brush. That's why I'm not a good painter with wall pieces, wall paint, because I don't leave enough paint on my brush. My brush is always too dry. Go over this one more time real quick. Swirling in different directions. Have you guys seen the new stencils for fall? They are so cool, and the transfers that go with them, oh my gosh. You have 2 bundles. You got a transfer bundle with 4 sets of transfers, and you have a stencil bundle, and I cannot remember how many stencils are in that bundle. Is it 19? I can't remember, but anywho, you've got fall, you've got football, you've got some pumpkins, just a little bit of everything is in there. But they are just so cool. And the transfers, one of my favorite is the floral one. It is absolutely amazing. It has like oranges and reds and rust colors, and oh my gosh, they are beautiful. And of course, there is plenty of different stencils. There's some layered stencils in there. There's another pattern, just all kinds of different stencils, and they are absolutely wonderful. The bundles, or all the stencils, including the 2 bundles, were released on the 2nd of August. And then if you use a ambassador code, and I would love it if you would use mine. That looks good already. you can get another 10% off the bundles and any of the stencils. So you can do individual stencils. They have another set of word stencils again. The font is wonderful on those. So I encourage you to go check it out. And again, if you would use my code, I would absolutely love it. I'm leaving the rest of the stickies on there because I'm probably going to lay them back over so that I can redo the L and any of the other ones that will get covered up by the flowers. Let me see which way I want to do this. Do I want to do it straight or do I want it? I think I might. I'm second guessing on how I want to do this. I'm going to start with the bottom and then see. Isn't it fun? You can just turn your project around. It'll overlap a little bit right there, but I'm okay with that. Alright, now we're going to do our greens, our browns, and our yellows and oranges. I'm going to do the sunflowers first. This is another color from Country Chic. It is a brown. I cannot remember the color. I have to look that up here in just a second. I think it's leather bound. And again, the reason I'm using it is because it will be helpful. And I'm going to use another 3/4 inch brush because it will be those middles. It has that top coat built in. Way too much paint. So we're going to offload. Don't worry about the edges because we will blend all this in once. What's on here? All this will be blended in. And I will probably add, either with a stylist or with the back of a paintbrush, the little black dots, the seed pods. I think I'm going to add some black dots to this. Go wrap this up in my towel. And now we are going to use the 5/8 inch brush with some yellow. And then we will blend the other colors in. We got a duck out there that sounds like he's laughing all the time. And I'm going from since the bridges are this way out, I'm going from the inside out. And I know these two colors blend a lot, but it will be okay because we're going to add some other colors to it. And then our leaves will be green. We're going to do two different greens. Look. Again, I'm going from the, can you guys see this good enough? I'll put this right in front. Going from the inside out to lay out the sunflower first. Go pick up a little bit more paint. And then I'll swirl it in a little bit more. And then we're going to add some of the orange and the reds in here. I'm going to take a peek to see what it looks like, and that way you guys can see. That's what we have right now. It's looking good already. Whoop. Take it back the way it was. We still got to do our little one right here. I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I use my little tool right here. I love this color. I love mustard for the fall. I love mustard anytime. I just think it's a very pretty color. And now I got some more color on my little palette. And we can add and if we go into our brown a little bit, that is okay. We will fix all that up here in just a moment. If we don't have complete coverage in an area, it's okay because we're going to add the oranges and the reds to it here in just a moment. I love building sunflowers. I call it building because you use all those different colors. If you like your sunflowers just yellow, by all means stop with the yellow point. I just like the different variation in it. I'm going to lay this to the side for just a moment. I'm going to dry that, and then I am going to get the other colors. While we're waiting for that to dry, we can go ahead and build our green. I'm going to use the lighter green first, because I can use the same brush if I use the lighter green first and then the darker green. Hope you're all having a blessed, wonderful Tuesday so far. I'm telling you, I can't believe it is the end of the month already, ladies. These bridges are very fine bridges, so I'm trying my best to be very careful with it. I don't want to swirl too much because I don't want these bridges to move. That's why you see me going with the stencil the way it is cut. And here in a moment we will lift this and see how our leaves are looking. And I might pick up a dome brush to add the color in those little edges. And I might leave it. I'll have to look and see how it looks. Like I said, we'll get this filled in. And we will do all the little details last. Let's take a peek. We still got that one to do. Let's do that one real quick. And again, sorry if I don't see any comments or if I don't acknowledge you, because I cannot see any comments on my iPad and I've got my phone turned around. So I am not seeing any comments. Intensify this one a little bit. This is gonna look so good. It's just a little process. You just gotta take your time to get this the way you want it. Let's take a peek. Oh, it's looking good. And there's a little bit of yellow on some of the leaves. I'm okay with that. That one spot right there where our sunflowers turned green. We'll go over that here in just a second. So that is okay. Take the dark green, the dark Hauser green, the Hauser dark green, and add a little bit of dark green to the edges of the leaves. And for that, I am going to use, one of the dome brushes. And even with the dome brushes, make sure you offload as much as you can. Let's see if you can see that difference. You can see it. It's not much, but you can see it, so that's good. We just want a little bit of shading in here. We can always come back and add a little bit more to it later. It's very faint, and I might come back with a little brush and add more details with a little brush after we get this off. All right, I am going to close this up for right this moment. And that way I won't spill it. I am going to take spiced pumpkin and a little bit of the red. The deep burgundy to add a little bit of red tones and orange tones to our sunflower. I think I am going to use I have got an old, I call it a scruffy brush, and that's really what I want. I don't want too much color. I'm just going to pull some just a little bit in. And we'll add the red on the outside. I'm covering right here where the green hit the flower. I'm going to do all my orange first. I'm going with the petal of the flower. And the same here, I'm going with the petal of the flower. And that one got a little bit much orange, but that's okay. Not all sunflowers are equal. Oh yeah. Yep, that is looking good. Make this a little bit more orange while we had the green come in. And I'm going to take the same brush and just add some of that red on there. And we're just going to come in from the tips. With just a little red. And again, I am going with the shape of the petals. Then we'll look here in just a moment to see whether we need to add anything else. Now remember, on the second, the new, oh yeah, that looks good. The new fall bundle and the stencil bundle and transfer bundle will release. They're ready to ship. They are available. So mark your calendars, as the last bundles sold out quickly. So don't miss. And the primitive bundles will be restocked. Put your name on the waiting list if you missed out on certain stencils. So don't miss that opportunity. And again, my code WK was WK21. Will save you 10%, whether it is the stencils or whether you are getting transfers, brushes, whatever it is that you are needing. I like it like that. I am going to fix the brown. I'm going to lay it back down and do that. And that way I won't mess up anything. That's a nice thing about these stencils. You can put them right back on. a little bit of that yellow came through, I am just going to go back over it. Perfect. I am going to dry that real quick, and then we're going to do the upper part. I hope you guys like it. I am not even going to go back over that welcome right there. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Now I just have to figure out if I want to... I think I am going to tilt this a little bit. I think I'm going to do it like that. It'll cover that L just a smidge. I just think I like it if it is off-centered a little bit. Why do I want it? I don't know whether I should off-center it or center it. I think I'm going to tilt it like this a little bit. I think I will like it like that. I think that will be good. That way it will not be completely even. I just think I like that. That is my story, and I am sticking to it. And we'll repeat the same process, ladies. If you are just now joining, we are working on a customer's brand. We are using several different colors. I started with the yellow this time. It's okay. I am going from the outside in, or from the inside out. I can't even tell. The paint I'm using is Deco Art and Country Chic. This one happens to be Country Chic Fresh Mustard. And I like going from the inside out because of the little bridges right there, the little spiky things. And these two flowers will not look the same. They will be completely different because we will not be able to mimic those strokes exactly. That's why they are all hand-created items with special details. We can mimic it, but we will not ever be able to reproduce it in the same way. That is the beauty of using stencils. You have a pattern, but each individual stroke is different. You will result in different colors. Sometimes your yellows might be more dark or prevalent than your other colors. And that's what I love about it. Each piece will be unique. Even if you create two of the same pieces, it has that uniqueness. And with the stencils, if you are not a hand painter, if you are not an artist, it gives you the freedom to create amazing things. And you can add your personal touches to it. That's what I love about it. Because you can always add a little bit of hand painting, but you have the help of the stencil to give you your main shape, and then you can add things. And it's just wonderful to be able to have that freedom, that artistic freedom, and to make it personal. If you look at all the ambassadors that come on every week on the Essential Stencil page, you see how unique everybody is. We are using the same stencils, but everybody's transformation is different. Everybody has their own unique touch to it. And that's what is so amazing about it. I'll go ahead and do my brown centers real quick. I just love using stencils. You have that freedom to create. You can add touches. You can somebody might use these and make just yellow sunflowers or red sunflowers or more of an orange tone sunflowers, but we're all using the same stencil. And the main thing is offload, offload, offload. And let these flowers tell a story. Let these flowers tell you what they need. Okay, I've got it still has red on it, so I am going to go ahead and add the red. And then I'm going to come in and bring in the orange from the bottom up. And this is just a scruffy little brush. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to bring that orange in from the bottom up. I hope my customer will love it. I'm adding just a smidge more red to my brush. When you load new paint onto your brush, you don't need to press as hard. And just follow the pattern of the petal, the flower petal. Now that my brush is getting a little bit more dry, I can press a little bit harder because I'm going to try not to load any more paint because I'm getting ready to switch to the orange. Leaving the color on, I'm just switching to the orange. With the orange, I'm coming from the bottom up. And again, these sunflowers might be a little bit more on the red-orange side, but that's just how it is in nature. They are not all the same. To get me a little bit more orange out. I'm not getting much orange out of my brush. And again, this is spiced pumpkin. And I am working with mainly a dry brush. I'm literally trying to dry brush this orange because I don't want to fill this in. I want to still see yellow. And if I got too much orange on here after I lift it up, then I can always go back with my yellow. Let me lift it up and see. I think I'm going to add a little bit more orange to it. Just a touch. I don't know if I did the little one at all. It didn't look like it had much orange on there at all. I like it. I think it looks good. Now we can go back to our green, and we don't need the yellow no more, so I'm going to close this up. When you lay your stencil back on there, make sure it is still in the same place. That's why I kept holding my hand on here, and let's tape it back down and make sure it is in the same spot. Still no comments. But know that I welcome all of you. I appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that you watched it on the replay. will check comments later or tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, the new bundle, the new fall bundle will release on August 2nd. You can preview them right now. They will be available on the Essential Stencil site and the app. And I would love it and appreciate it greatly if you would use my code WK21. Because I like saving you some money, and it will help me out to bring you new content. And if you didn't know, the brushes, you can get the brushes in a big pack now. If you are holding workshops, if you give classes, you can get it in a big pack. I believe it's a 10-pack. And that will save you some money. And you'll be ready for your class to teach your customers. And you'll be able to pass the savings on to them. I always like it when I can pass on savings to my customers. What customer does not like saving? I'm going to use that dark green again to do all those little other details. And I know I've been on here for a while. I appreciate you hanging with me. Let's do all this little detail work. Just adding a little bit of a different tone will help make your piece a little bit more realistic and not flat looking. And it does not take much to add a little highlight, a little shadowing. Okay, I'm going to take a peek. I'm going to touch up where I added a little bit of that use the orange. I added a little bit of that green into the flowers. I'm going to just add a little bit of orange. I think that will get it. And then I will send her a picture and see if she is happy with this. Make sure you ladies let me know in the comments what you think. and what your favorite color sunflower is. I like the red ones, the reddish colored ones. I think they are just so gorgeous. But I love any kind of sunflower. I just think that's just pretty. All right, what you guys think? You like it? It definitely looks fall. That is for sure. And see, we made the center more light and went darker to the outside, and I think that helped a lot. Let me sand this off one more time. I'm using the 120. And I might come back and add a little bit of highlights to the sunflowers just to brighten them up a little bit, but I am not going to do anything else. This is good just the way it is. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thank you for your time, and you have a blessed day and a great week ahead. I know it's Tuesday, but you still got a couple of days left before the weekend, so enjoy your week, stay cool, and I will see you soon.